Back, everyone. Students might be busy in school right now, but it's actually already time to focus on next year.
It really is, yes. And at the Dwight Bellizzi Dual Language Academy in Hartford, students in pre-K 4 through 4th grade can get approach learning in both English and Spanish.
Yep.
The goal is to help students become bilingual, biliterate, and perform at the highest academic level possible.
I think this is so cool, and here to tell us more about the program and see if it might be right for your child is the school's principal, Anthony Davila. Bienvenidos.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so this is wonderful because, you know, so many times in other countries, you know, kids might grow up learning multiple languages. And isn't it so much easier to become fluent if you learn at a young age and that's what you're doing?
Yeah, I think, yes, it's easier, but I think it's because we're teaching them the basics. I think when you're an adult, they try to bring you up too quickly, and so my teachers are professionals in teaching language acquisition, so they know we have to first teach the basics and then we build from there.
Yeah.
You know, for our kids, you know, they're not just learning Spanish, but they're learning in Spanish and they're learning in English. So
full immersion, yeah.
Full immersion, because it's important that they not only speak the language, but that they can approach the grade level standards so they don't fall behind, they stay on track.
Who is this next?
This guy here, this is Paco the Hawk.
Hi,
He's our
Paco.
mascot.
Paco?
Paco the Hawk.
Paco the Hawk. We love you, Paco.
Paco is the mascot.
Such good stature. He's incredible.
He works out. He stays in shape.
I was going to say, he's got six-pack abs.
You have to. He looks after, you know, pre-K to 4 and 4th graders, and
that's a tough job.
That's a tough job.
And also, we know that there's a lot of research that if you learn a second language, it's actually better for your brain development, that kids can do better on standardized tests. It really
100%.
helps overall intelligence, right?
That's 100% true. You know, I'm sure most educators and parents that have been around enough in schools know about the 21st century skills, and learning a second language builds on all of those 21st century skills.
You know, it was so funny. I was at the I was at the DMV, and the woman behind the counter spoke fluent Spanish and English, and remarkable to see her in action. And I was thinking, wow, what a missed opportunity it was for me not to have learned this dual language. And I think it just opens up so many more job opportunities for these children as they get older.
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole different market, especially now. It's a global world. Everything's online. So being able to, you know, communicate with the world, you just have to have the skills. You don't even have to be there. You just have to have the skills and be able to interact in an online fashion. So,
tell us a little bit about the day in the life. Like, who would be the right student to come here? What can parents expect?
That's a great question, because a lot of people think that they can only be part of a program if their kids are somewhat bilingual, or all it takes is an interest in the language.
Wow.
You know, and we have families that come from all backgrounds. Some do have a background in either English or Spanish, but we have families that, you know, their background is they speak Chinese at home, or they speak Portuguese at home, or a different language, but they have the desire to become bilingual and biliterate in English and Spanish. Bingo.
Can I don't know this answer.
Yeah.
You might know. Is it easier to go from Spanish to English or English to Spanish?
That's hard to say, but I will say this. You know, English is a very difficult language for most people because, first of all, it has a lot of letter sounds, twice the number of letter sounds than Spanish does. Secondly, Spanish, if you have a rule for a letter sound, it's that way all the time.
It's just consistent,
the A sounds, we have I before E, and nobody knows those rules, and everybody gets it wrong.
Well, that's good. You're teaching these kids. That's really wonderful.
Absolutely.
So the best thing maybe is to go and see this for yourself. And you have a family information event that's coming up. You also have ways to enroll. The lottery has begun. I did the lottery when my kids were younger. They went to magnet schools. Just let people know how they get involved in this.
Yeah, so first of all, with the lottery, we had most parents applied in the early phase. And so that finished on the 11th of this month. And so those parents should hear soon about their child's placement if they haven't already. But now the late application process has opened already and will stay open until September. So if there's any parent that wants the opportunity to attend our school, we do have seats still available. So I would encourage them to continue to send in their applications. And we're also assisting at our school with registration. So if any parents that have gotten accepted need help with registration, we can help with that too. And we have an event, like you said, on April 9th from 4 to 6 at our school, where we have a lot more information. We have some goodies that they can take home, and we can help them register, complete any paperwork that they need.
Right on South Street in Hartford.
He's going to be there too?
Yeah.
Do you make, Paco, do you make a noise, like a hawk noise? No.
No.
Oh! Okay, Paco, way to go. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
Great
We appreciate
information
it.
there.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Paco. All right, coming up on this Tuesday.